I'm Mark Woodhead and I'm one of the directors here at Selden. This is a video to show you how we go about making the best products you can possibly buy. We're outside at the start in the tank farm. We have 34 bulk storage tanks. We take delivery of basic raw materials and some more complex ones. And this is such a delivery. It's an ethanol tanker that gets pumped into a bulk storage tank, and then it goes over into the factory and down into one of the reaction vessels. So let's go and have a look at that now. So we've had the bulk delivery, and then what happens is the chemicals get brought overhead in a series of pipes and into this computer system. This is where we control the exact amount of raw material that goes into every batch. It's not a case of weighing things out by hand. We type the information into there, and then the machinery pulls the material over from the tank outside and goes into one of the reaction vessels behind me. We're a batch processing business. In some ways, not too different to brewing beer. When the products have come overhead and come in here, then it varies from product to product, but it mixes around. Sometimes we can increase temperature, sometimes the mixing blades are very large and slow, and others, to create, say, a very fine emulsion or to get a good mix, we would have small blades that run at high speed. We have different tanks to do different jobs. Some of them are relatively simple, some of them are actually quite complex. So now we've manufactured the product, and after it's been tested and approved, then we come into the filling hall, which is where we put it into all the different bottles. Our normal pack size is a 5-litre bottle, and we would do somewhere in the region of 2 million a year of those. So this is a brand new development. This is a genuine return and reuse system, whereby the bottle, instead of being thrown out, is actually returned to us after it's been used, and we refill it on this machine. It's got a special cap. This has been so successful that this machine you can see here is actually being replaced with a brand new fully automatic one. This particular product on the line's a glass wash rinse aid, and it's been adopted by one of the UK's largest hospitality groups. This is the future of cleaning. The vast majority of our business is in a 5-litre bottle. This is our largest machine. It's a 24-head rotary filler, and it can operate at speeds in excess of 40 bottles per minute. Right? We don't hand cap, we use machines, and they are set to an exact torque, so that we can ensure that every single bottle that leaves the factory has always got the right cap on at the right torque. So once the product's got as far as the warehouse, then it's just a case of picking it and getting it out to our customer base. It's all fully automated. We use electronic order pads and guns that scan barcodes to make sure that everything's accurate. Thank you for watching our trip round this production area. I think it's now time to go and have a look at the lab.
And welcome to the Selden Research Laboratories. I'm Pete Woodhead, I'm the Technical Director, and today I've got the pleasure of taking you through the 5 different sections of the laboratory we've got where the products are tested and developed. So the first part of the process, when a product comes in from the factory for quality control testing, is we log it into our registers and determine the tests that need to be conducted on a certain product. We then take it through a series of analytical tests. This is a titrator. It determines the active ingredients in a product, such as the level of chlorine or such as the level of quat. We conduct further tests from there to determine the product density, or in some cases for thick products like this one, we then put it through the viscometer to determine the exact viscosity of the product. So this is the second part of our laboratory. This is where the general research and development takes place. We have a team of dedicated chemists who put together different samples of products for evaluation. So in this area we do the laundry testing. So we create our buy-in dedicated stained swatches to test laundry detergents on, and then we put the products through our in-house laundry and we analyse the swatches before and after using a colorimeter, and then we analyse the results using some dedicated software. So a lot of what we do is to do the dispensing systems for the various different product types. So in this area of the lab we have a sacrificial board where we can screw different developmental systems to the lab bench, and then we can put the products through various repeat testing to determine the suitability and the functionality of the dispensing system and how it performs over repeated use over multiple cycles. So this is the third of our laboratories. This is our applications lab, and this is a lab that I'm particularly excited about. In here we have dedicated dishwashers, glass washers, and what is really special about this laboratory is it has its own water supply. So we don't just have hot and cold water like the rest of the laboratory, we also have our own manufactured water which is made to any specific strength we want. So we can test in soft water, north of England, or we can test in hard water to recreate London conditions, and in some cases we even go for extremely hard water for some of our export customers. So we artificially soil a number of plates or a number of mugs, and we put those through, whether it be the dishwasher or the glass washer, and we determine how well that product is performing in the specific water conditions. And from there we develop superior products. This is the fourth of our laboratories. This is our micro lab. This lab has two functions. One is to check the sterility and the hygiene of our products and our processes, and the second, check the efficacy of our products that are being used for disinfection. This micro lab actually has two halves. In this lab we are looking at bacteria and we're looking at yeasts, and we have a separate laboratory off-site over in Daresbury where we're also testing against viruses such as parvovirus and norovirus. This is the fifth and final of our laboratories. This is our analytical lab. In here we use our dedicated analytical equipment to look for specific chemicals in our products. From there we can determine the stability of the products, whether it is on accelerated shelf life using the bank of ovens that's behind me, or in the early processes of R&D we're looking for the combinations of chemicals to make sure that they are working synergistically. So this item of equipment is known as an LCMS. It uses liquid chromatography to separate out a product into its constituent parts, and at the end the mass spectrometer determines the exact quantity of each one of those components in the products. And this is a GCMS. It works in the same way as the liquid chromatography, but it's dedicated to the more volatile components such as alcohols. Thank you for joining us on our tour of the Selden laboratories. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you'd like to learn more about what we do, please visit our website www.selden.co.uk or call this number.